Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Conrad and today I'm playing DOTA2.
Now he's toxic. Nice dodge.
Oh, I stayed alive for quite a long time. I actually dodged both the hooks there, what the hell?
Yeah, that was good.
For you who haven't seen my videos before, I broke my neck in 2012 in a parkour accident. And because of that, I can't move or feel anything below the chest. And in addition to that, neither can I move my fingers at all. So they're always like this for me when I play. I have been playing League of Legends for quite a few years now, and the highest I've ever been ranked is around Platinum 4, which according to this list here that I found, is equivalent to around Legend 5 in Dota 2. So I would say that it's pretty good with these crappy hands that I have. I've heard a lot about Dota over the past years, so I thought it was time to finally try it out. And I won't try to compare Dota and League too much, as that is not the point of the video here. I'll try to look at Dota from the eyes of a completely new player, and also as a gamer with a disability. Is Dota an accessible game that everyone can play? So let's check out what controls and keybinds I use to play the game. So the first thing I have to do in every MOBA game that I play is to remap the attack and move button from the mouse. And the reason for that is because I am using this touchpad here to play the game, to move the cursor around, and therefore I'm unable to actually use the buttons that is on the mouse. Every game that I have tried so far has the ability to remap any input in the game to any key imaginable. Unfortunately, Dota is quite limited in its customizability, and it does not allow for remapping of the movement command key from that of a right click of a mouse. Now, the workaround to this problem is quite simple though. What I did is that I opened my keyboard software and I changed that my spacebar is working as the right click of a mouse. And having a gaming keyboard like this is honestly the greatest thing ever if you need a lot of customization. Now, you could change the right click to be, of course, any button that you want. I just really happen to like spamming the spacebar as it is a very big and easy key to find. Most games nowadays also have the option of a secondary input for every command in the game. And I really thought about this functionality a lot, and still until this day I don't exactly know what it's used for. But one day I was helping a young, newly injured guy setting up his League of Legends game. And just like me, he can't really move his fingers a lot, and it's very hard for him to press small keys on the keyboard. And he asked me if he could use multiple keys in an area to use one spell. And at that point, I felt like a little light bulb go off in my head. So I used the secondary input to set up his game. Let me explain what I mean. Imagine that you have spells 1, 2, 3, and 4. This way, if you look at spell 1, you will use button Q and W to activate it. If you look at spell 2 here, you will use the buttons E and R to activate it. Spell 3 is T and Y, and the last one is U and I. That way, he doesn't have to click just one button to activate the spell, but you can click in more of a general area in case you don't have the precision enough to click just one button on the keyboard. Any other controls in the game are pretty much the same for me. I just use quick cast for my spells, and honestly, who doesn't use quick cast nowadays in MOBA games? It's just the easiest way and the best way to play. Now, it would be nice if there was quick cast with indicator, you know, because me as a new player can't possibly know the range and the size of the spells that I'm using. And it's not even for just the new players, it's even for the veteran players that this would be helpful. Like, how is this not a feature? Another thing that bothered me with the key customizations right now is that there is no options for changing the level up of abilities. So if you don't know, the current settings are that you have to use Control plus QWER depending on what the ability you're leveling up. Now in League, I have set it to F1, 2, 3 and 4, so that I only have to use one single button to level up my abilities. And trust me, there are a wide variety of disabilities that limit people from using multiple keys at the same time. Okay, so now for the most controversial subject when it comes to key bindings. Why the hell am I not able to lock the freaking camera on my character when playing this game? Wait, yes. I understand. In Dota you need a lot more vision, you need to move the camera around the map a lot more, and basically you are a noob if you want to lock the camera. Holy shit, are you guys a toxic freaking community? I felt like I was being flamed at before even entering a game by just reading comments. Okay, so after a lot of research, I actually found that there is a kind of a way to lock your camera, and the way to do it is to double click on your hero portrait. And that way you will have a camera that kind of follows you around. But the problem that I have with it is that it's not always working like super well, because it's not properly locked. And sometimes the UI will be in the way of where I want to click. The other thing here is that, do you realize how much more effort it is for someone like me or other gamers with disabilities like mine to move the mouse around this much? Like, it is really annoying. And the thing is that in League of Legends I use the unlocked camera a lot to look around the map, but especially for teamfights it's just such a nice option to have, to be able to lock the camera so that I have one less thing to worry about. For all of you people flaming other people in the forums for wanting to lock the camera, I seriously doubt that Valve went like, nah, they won't need that, so we just won't implement it. No, Valve is just obviously too lazy to implement any kind of customizability into their game. I mean, seriously Valve, it is 2020 and your game has so limited customizability that it is actually laughable. While we are on the subject of laughable, we might as well talk about the new player experience here. And I mean, seriously, what the actual is this tutorial? Are you serious? I am lucky I have a background in mobile games and that I had a friend that was nice enough to explain things in the game and actually play with me. And if this wasn't enough, I shit you not, in my first game, my first ever game of Dota, I'm getting flamed at in voice comm for being a bad player. Some guy thinks this is a high ranked game and is flaming the living shit out of me in voice comms. Now you might think it can't possibly get any worse than that, or can it? Boy, do I have a treat for you. In my second game, I am queued up with the same guy that was flaming me in the first game. The second he sees me in game, he recognizes me and he starts flaming me for being bad in the previous match we played. The worst part here is that I don't even blame him for flaming me, because veteran players will flame each other all the time. I mean, that's just the way it is. But it's not his fault, it's Valve's fault, because he obviously doesn't know that I'm a new player to the game. Like, why am I being queued up with veteran players? That is just so insane. Yes, people are making new accounts all the time, but if they do, they should understand that they can be queued up with people that have maybe like 10 games under their belt. And honestly, the new player experience here is just so bad that I don't think I will be ever touching this toxic thing ever again. So if Valve doesn't care about new players, or they don't care about disabled players, at least they should care about their own player base, right? Well, from what I've heard, the recent battle pass was an actual joke, so not even their current player base apparently. Okay, so now let's talk about the good things in Dota. Wait, actually no, there is one more thing. What is this freaking turn speed in Dota? Are you serious? Like, it feels like my character is lagging when I'm trying to turn quickly. Like, it makes it so much harder to dodge the already freaking undodgeable abilities of this game.
Massive play from Fnatic, the confidence to make that kind of a play.
Oh! Dodge the petrifying gaze from Perks! He stared the other AD carry right in the eyes and said, get the hell back to mid lane.
Now that is the kind of stuff you want to be able to do in a game. But honestly, I believe that Valve was just unable to program a satisfying feel for the turning, and now they're calling this bug a feature. Anyways, for all the flaws that I have stumbled upon so far in this game, I must say that this game is just absolutely freaking beautiful. Then again, every toaster won't exactly be able to run this game, but I don't think I'm legally allowed to bash Valve anymore, so let's just focus on the good parts here. In the end of the day, all games will have their own kind of flaws. It's just that the ones in Dota are a little bit too much for me personally. But Dota has a huge player base, they have a very well established esports scene, and they have one of the biggest prize pools in all of esports. So it is probably an amazing game for all of the people that put down countless of hours on it. However, I can't promote this game with a clean conscience to new players. Now, if you think that I missed something that might be useful for either disabled players or new players or even old players, then put it down in the comments below together with any kind of questions or anything that you might have, and I will try to answer them all. I do also stream, so if you want to just come and chat with me or hang out with me or see me play some League of Legends, then I am streaming every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday from 5 o'clock until midnight Central European time. The link together with the schedule is down below. And guys, you know the drill. If you like the video, please press like and subscribe for future content and hit that cute little bell to never miss out on a video. Stay teal proof, guys.